Hey, what's going on? My name's Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. And each episode will explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about honesty being the best policy when you're developing close friendships. Now, if you don't like people, go ahead and lie to them. I'm terrible. But if you care about people and you want them to know you authentically, then tell the truth. Let's talk about how important it is and what you can do when you're faced with these should I or shouldn't I situations. Are you ready? Let's go. Have you ever heard the saying, the truth will set you free? Or maybe you've heard the truth will eventually come out. It always comes out. Something along those lines. Well, if you've heard those two, you're likely to have heard the truth hurts. All those things about the truth can be true. Ooh, a lot of truth here. A lot of those things can be true about it. Truth can hurt because it's unsettling. It doesn't feel great to have someone tell you how they may not like you or they may not like the actions that you've had. So it feels uncomfortable. It hurts. It gets even worse, I think, depending on how big the lie is, who has told the lie, all the feelings around the lie. So this is why I'm trying to stress to adopt an honesty is the best policy when you're developing close friendships. And it's not just for the sake of the other person. It's for your sake too. It's for you being seen truthfully and honestly and authentically by the other person. You see, if you're constantly hiding your feelings, how you feel about anything, how you feel about the food they made, how you feel about what they're wearing, how you feel about their attitude towards you. If you're constantly hiding those things, then you don't have an authentic relationship. Now, I'm not saying, because I can hear people already being like, you got to pick on everything. You got to tell the truth about everything that they do. I think that it's important to be mindful of the impact that you're going to have on the person. So you're always out there telling the truth, and the truth is a snarky, mean, kind of a shitty way to express yourself. Well, fine, that is your truth. You want to go and express your truth the way you do, but do not be surprised when people look at you and express their truth towards you. And they're like, this doesn't feel good, the way you snarky, your attitude towards me doesn't feel good. I don't like it, and I don't like you. Don't be surprised if that happens. There, you express your truth, and I just tell it like it is. Fine. Go ahead and tell it like it is, but don't be surprised when people tell it like it is for them. They tell you about the experience that they have with you. Now, this conversation, or this recording has gone a little to the left because I certainly wanted to express the power of being honest and how important it is to be honest when you're trying to protect someone else's feelings. But I just kind of took a different turn here, but it still applies. You want to pay attention to the impact that you're having on the person. Now, back to lying to protect people's feelings. This is what I really wanted to stick with, and I wanted to say, don't do it. Don't lie to protect people's feelings, because it does more harm than you really think. I want to put you up in this scenario. Imagine this scenario. You just met a new potential friend and you really hit it off. You have an interesting conversation and you just click. Ooh, you're amazing. They're amazing. And you like them so much that you invite them to a very special celebration. Let's say it's your birthday. You invite them to the birthday party and they offer to bring a gift because you guys just click that well. They offer to bring a gift and they want to make sure that they get something great for you. But you don't tell them. You feel like you have such a vibe that they can bring anything. You don't tell them what to get. You feel like You have a vibe. Bring anything. Bring what you want. It'll be perfect. I'll like it. We're soul sisters. We're soul brothers. We're so in sync and connected after the 30 minutes you've spent with each other. And so they're like, all right. They go pick out something for you, and they show up at your birthday party with this gift. And when you open it, you're like, ugh, this is why did you even, how could you have possibly thought that I would like this? And you look at them and they're smiling at you. They're like, yeah, I got this. They thought that you'd be thankful for it, and they're waiting for their thank you. And you're like, ooh. Pause. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Here's option one. If you're honest about your feelings, there's a potential that you'll say something painful to drive your new friend away because you all just clicked. You might destroy your new friendship before it even has a chance to blossom. That's if you're honest. That's probably what's going through your head. And then the next option, well, if you're not honest about your feelings, the relationship starts on a foundation of fear of confrontation. And from there goes a fear of rejection, a lack of honesty, and no real way to develop accountability. That's if you don't tell the truth. I know the situation could feel like it's very uncomfortable. It's heartbreaking. There's no winning about this. You can't win because if you tell the truth, they're going to go away. If you lied, you eventually going to have this crappy relationship. So what do you do? Well, the title of the episode probably should tell you what I'd recommend you do is not to be honest and be real with your feelings, because of course, if you are honest, you have to choose your words. Be intentional about your desire to share how you feel about the gift and not the person. Because what happened is that you don't know each other that well. And all you want to do is express that truth. Like, hey, you got me something and it wasn't quite something that I wanted or I didn't like. I appreciate your effort because you didn't know me that well. But in the future, this is for the future. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. I'm really grateful that you even thought to bring me a gift and you spent so much on it and you showed up at my party. You know, all those great things, attributes. And there's just one thing that you don't like. It doesn't appease you, it doesn't fit you. And you want to be honest with them right up front. And a really good friend, a close friend, you can see this is like a test for you. When you tell the truth about this and you don't say it in a way that's meant to be sharp, painful, and hurtful, like, ugh, can't believe you got this shit for me, and you throw it on the ground, you're going to ruin your friendship. Yeah, you're going to ruin your friendship. Unless you're the kind of that person, you're those kind of people who have that kind of humor when you laugh at things like that together. That's unacceptable to me. I'd like you to be a little more gentle about your delivery, about the how you feel about that, the gift. Not so much like this piece of shit and throw it on the ground and stomp on it. That's awful. But you want to be honest about your feelings so that your relationship will blossom. And when you're honest about it, I always believe that sharing the truth of how you feel is a gift to somebody. And so they get to know for future reference that this is not something that you desire. This is not something that you want. And if they are your friend who wants to do things for you and support you and bring joy into your life, they want to know what things to avoid. And so you're telling them, this is something to avoid. Don't buy this He-Man action figure for me. I'm not into that. I prefer Stretch Armstrong. Something along those lines, right? But you want to make sure to be clear about your feelings about it so that they're not believing that they've impacted you in a way, like giving you something that they believe you truly wanted, and find out that they've been trying to do things that you like and you don't like them. That would be awful. That'd be awful experience for them. So that happens if you're not honest. If you're not honest about your feelings, they're going to do the thing that they thought you liked, and you're going to grow increasingly resentful because you have to continue to accept it with a smile. Or you may continue to accept it with a smile when you don't like it. And you have to repress your authentic self and your real feelings. So right at the beginning, right at the very beginning, you want to be honest about your feelings. And that comes with everything and anything. And delivery, how you share, how you feel with them, other people, how you share your feelings with your friend is important. The closest friends are ones that you can talk to about how you feel about their actions and their behaviors, and they're willing to listen. So you can test this right away. If you're honest, and see what happens. If you're not honest, if you feel the need to cover up and to not tell how you really feel in order to keep this person around you, there might be something there to explore for you that has you believing that you can develop a good relationship without being honest. There could be some fear there that every time you do express something real and true to you, people go away. Man, that's happened to me more times than I can count. But the ones who stay will really be worth it. And you're never alone. There's somebody out there waiting for you. The sooner you figure out who you don't want, the sooner you'll figure out who you do want. So to really wrap this up, if you want to be friends and build lasting relationships, you really must be comfortable enough with yourself to communicate who you are with your new potential friends, connections, whoever they are, so that they know what your dreams are and they can support them, so that they know where your fears are and they can help you fight them. If your new potential friend or connection or whoever, they can't handle the fact that you didn't like their gift in the scenario, they didn't like the truth, they won't be able to handle the other more dire situations when you really need more emotional support. You can find this out if you tell the truth about these little things. I'd be curious to know from you out there if you've been in situations where you've been afraid to tell your real feelings, or if you felt the need to protect someone else's feelings. Let me know. I'll be right back with the answer Reddit question. Are you tired of being around people who just don't get you? Have you been putting yourself out there but not able to find anybody that matches your vibe? You're not alone. Making friends, especially as an adult, is hard. My name's Coach Lee. I'm a social connections coach, and I want to help you find your tribe. I have a 3-step coaching program for groups and individuals that's designed to help you get to the right place, to meet the right people, to have the right kind of conversations that leave you feeling fulfilled, appreciated, and understood. After going through the Find Your Tribe coaching program, you'll discover who it is that you really want to be connected to, how to find those people, and what you need to talk about so that your relationship moves from an acquaintanceship to a close friendship. And with this program, you won't be on this journey alone. You'll have access to a private community in which there are others who are just as intentional about making the kind of connections you are. You'll also have access to live events like weekly Q&As, speed friending, and much more. You'll be able to practice your skills in a safe environment and feel confident to connect authentically when you get out into the real world. If you're ready to get started on making meaningful connections and lasting relationships, then book a friendly conversation with me so we can discuss what your needs are. The link is in the show notes. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, now it's time for the Reddit friendship advice question. If you have a friendship advice question that you think I should answer, tag me in it on Reddit. My handle is Brilliant and Resilient. That's Brilliant, the letter N, Resilient. Am I the asshole for getting upset with my best friend? I just want to check out if I'm wrong at getting upset and disappointed with her. So this happened last night. We were about to eat dinner, but she suddenly canceled about 20 minutes before our plan. We were planning this multiple times already, but our time just doesn't match up with our schedules. She messaged me the other day asking if we could meet, and I told her we can have dinner outside after work. I was already set, and I'm excited for our dinner since we hadn't talked in a while. I messaged her around 1 p.m. asking which restaurant we'll eat dinner at. She didn't respond. I understand because she's like that sometimes. I sent her a message again 30 minutes before the dinner. And then she apologized while asking if we can meet tomorrow instead. I asked her why, slightly irritated because I know that she'll cancel our plan. I thought she had already left her office and went home, or maybe there's an event at our office and that's why she couldn't come. But she said she's still in the area and she called me saying that we can still meet, but there's going to be 3 of us. And then I heard a male voice in the background. Her voice sounds like she was forced to go with me. And then she said, because it seems like you're mad at me. I told her I won't come anymore since I don't want to be the third wheel. And it seems like she has kind of a date going on. I didn't want to ruin it for her. I don't even know the guy. And I don't have the energy to talk to other people. I initially thought it was going to be 2 of us anyway. So I wanted to be more expressive and share my stories with her without someone else. That's the actual reason we're going to meet, is to share our life update. So we never talked after I told her she can go without me. And I told her I'm not available anymore this week because I'm busy at work. I would understand if she canceled the plan hours before dinner, but 20 minutes? And I don't think she understands that everybody has their own life. I was hoping that she'd respect my time. So, am I the asshole for getting upset and feel like childish because of the situation, or is it valid? I don't know. What do you think? Well, Redditor, I want to thank you for writing your post and venting, getting this out, because it's really fresh. It's pretty new. Based on the post and the time here, you've only written it about 9 or 10 hours ago. And so there's something that just happened yesterday. Fairly new, fresh to you. I can see why you are mad. This is frustrating. Where you wanted to talk to your friend and they just couldn't make time for you. And then they finally made time for you and they had something else going on and it seemed like you were interfering with them. And you're asking, is it wrong for you to have your feelings? No, it's not wrong. You're not the asshole, if I would have to say that, for having your feelings. I wouldn't really want to categorize and say if somebody is or isn't. It's just how you feel about the situation or how they feel about the situation. No judgment here. No judgment. But I would say being in your position, and it feels like a real rejection. And I've had this happen to me many times before too. I've tried to make plans with people and they would say nope, or they would cancel last minute and they would bring other people along. They would do stuff like that. And I would be frustrated with it because my intention was to connect with you and just talk to you. And I don't know what the deal is with this person, but it just seems like they don't want to be alone and talking to you and connected with you. Because if they did, this is my humble opinion, I mean, people behave how they believe. They act out their feelings in real time. And some of us are so unconscious of it that we just don't notice. But if they did want to hang out with you, they just would do it. They just would make time and prioritize. We prioritize those things that we value, and they're not treating you as you believe you deserve. Like you were really excited for them to meet with them and have a conversation and have a life update and talk about all kinds of cool stuff, but you just can't do it because they're bringing on another person. What is that? What is that? What's wrong? That's frustrating. That is very frustrating. Bringing you on a date. Could tell that guy, hey, I think that if she cared about how you really felt, she would just be like, yeah, guy, after our conversation with my friend, whoever the guy is, after the conversation that I have with you, Redditor, then we'll do whatever. We'll go out for ice cream or something after dinner. But they would prioritize you, and they haven't prioritized you, and I can imagine you're feeling really hurt by that. And the reason why I picked this, though, is that we were talking about being honest in our friendships. We're being honest with people. And when I read this initially, the first thing for me popped up was the feeling of being rejected and not prioritized. And that's what I'd want to express to my friend. This is what I would want the Redditor to express to their friend as well. But what I saw you say was that You don't want to be the third wheel. Understood. But you also said that you don't want to talk to other people. You don't want to ruin the date. You don't want to ruin it for her. I think that's the thing that kind of made me think, oh my, what? Why? I had all kinds of feelings about that. Like, why do you even care about how they feel? They're clearly not interested in how you feel. Or perhaps it really wasn't made clear about how you feel about what they're doing. Because I hear you saying, I'm busy for the week. Don't bother talking to me. I'm busy. I think what I want to encourage you to say is that I feel rejected. I want you to prioritize me and my friendship with you. And you're not doing it. And because you're not doing it, I want to make sure to reject you too. I want to make sure to let you know that I'm busy at work. Of course, you could be busy. But the real deep-seated thing is that you're angry that they're not prioritizing you. And of course, you would be. Anybody would be. You've anticipated, you waited, you're disappointed, you're sad. It's okay to have those feelings. I believe that you will see your friendship transform the moment you say those out loud. And this is the scary thing. You say them out loud to your friend. This is how I feel. And they know it'll never be different, because they will know that they have impacted you in this way. And you can clearly see if they do it again, then they really don't care. You don't have to be like, I don't know if they do. Maybe they're absent-minded or such and such. If they know that when they cancel on you 20 minutes before, or if they don't prioritize you, and you clearly say out of your mouth, this hurts me. This doesn't feel good. I feel sad. I feel rejected. I feel disappointed. I'm angry. It's your actions, friends, doing this to me. It's your actions, friends, that's having this impact on me. And this is what I wish for you to do to stop it. Are you willing to do that? And you will know by the next set of actions and behaviors they take. If they're willing to do it, then they will. They'll schedule. They'll keep that schedule. And you'll connect. If they're not willing to or are not capable of it, you are going to know it very clearly. And there's no excuses for you to hang around then. There's no reason to hang around. Often we hang around and we try to connect with those people who just aren't capable of meeting our needs. But as soon as you know for sure, you can let go. And I think that's what stops us a lot from telling the truth about how we feel with others. I want to encourage you, Redditor, to tell them how you really feel about their actions. Start with, I feel something when you do X, when you do not show up, or when you cancel, or something like that. And these are the actions and behaviors I would like to see instead. Who cares if it sounds like a demand? If they are your friend, keep this in mind. If they are your friend and they want to, and they care about your well-being, their genuine well-being, then they want to do things that bring you joy. They do not want to hurt you. All right? Redditor, thank you so much for asking your question. I know that you didn't ask me to answer it, but I did, and I hope that it helps. Best of luck to you. Take care. My name is Coach Lee Hopkins, and you have been listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. You can find me at patternsofpossibility.com and on all social media at Patterns of Possibility. And as always, I want to encourage you to be yourself, live your truth, and there you'll make lasting friendships.